So no one should care that Taylor Swift endorsed Kamala Harris. People voting for Kamala were already going to vote for her, and independent and moderate minds are not going to be convinced by a billionaire singer that wrote love songs about making wrong decisions. Maybe she will make another song about this wrong decision in endorsing Trump. But anyways, we are finding this may help Trump actually. YouGov found not only was there barely any difference in the endorsement, but 21% find that it is going to make them vote for Kamala at a much less rate, compared to 8% make them more likely to vote for Kamala. Now, take everything I said with a grain of salt, because this website also put Jimmy Carter and Arnold Schwarzenegger the most popular politicians in the country, so they may be kind of a joke pollster. But anyways, I want you to take a listen to Megyn Kelly's conversation she had with Tucker Carlson on her reaction to Taylor Swift endorsing Kamala. It actually was one of the most savage speeches I've listened to.
Screw you, Taylor Swift. That's how I would like to begin. But she says the reason she's voting for Kamala Harris is because of Tim Walz's LGBTQ stance. Do you know what Tim Walz has done on the LGBTQ front? Well, here's what's going to happen. A little girl is going to find herself down a rabbit hole on Reddit. Reddit's going to tell her she's actually a boy, and she's going to get sucked into this gender cult, and she's going to say, Mom and Dad, I want puberty blockers and cross-sex hormones, which will sterilize her. And they're going to say, no, you're a girl. And she's going to say, but I want top surgery, this benign thing, this double mastectomy where I'll have tubes coming out of me and I'll never breastfeed a child. I want that too. And they're going to say no. And she's going to go to a judge in Minnesota, and because of Tim Walz, the court will take custody of her, use the Medicaid funds in Minnesota to provide her all of those things, chop off her breasts, sterilize her with the puberty blockers and the cross-sex hormones. And when this girl inevitably comes to the conclusion that she didn't want any of this, that it only added to her problems, which were the divorce and the acne and the puberty and not any trans issue, who is she going to go to then? This is all because of Tim Walz. That's what Minnesota is doing right now to little girls and boys, taking custody away from the parents so that they can have these procedures without any loving parent there to help. And that's what Taylor Swift just endorsed for your children. So screw you, Taylor Swift.
Thank you for saying that.
That was the perfect explanation as to why we care about the whole trans ideology. It's not about us thinking these people don't exist or take their feelings into account. It's because they are targeting children and taking them away from their parents, all to cave into their mental delusion that could be solved by removing social media, letting them go through what they're going through, and just grow up and let it get out of their system. Young tweens are depressed. Their hormones are all over the place. Sometimes there's nothing you can do about it, but we are taught saying no to a child is now child abuse. And if they have a traumatic upbringing, that's not going to improve anything. And they find that 83% in the LGBT community have reported some form of abuse in their upbringing. Almost like saying someone in a broken emotional state can be convinced that they were born in an incorrect way. Anyways, I'm getting into topics YouTube doesn't really like, so I'll slow down.